dear students, how are you all? Welcome back to the channel. This is going to be your part 2 of Light chapter from your textbook class 7th NCERT CBSE. Alright, so if you haven't watched my part 1 of this chapter, you first go and first check that out and then come again and continue with this part 2. Alright, my dear students, so we already have discussed about the light, the sources of light. Also, we have done about the ray model of light, in which we have studied that light is going to be absorbed by certain substances, that is transparent, translucent and opaque one. Further, we have also learned that there are situations in which light is going to, either it is going to transmit, or we can call it as transmission, or it is going to reflect back. We have seen the examples in the plane surfaces or reflective mirrors, and also we have studied that light is somewhat going to absorb, such as in examples we have learnt about various sunglasses or shades. Alright, so now what do you think? Do you think there is only one plane surface which is going to reflect back the light, or there is only the mirror, the plane mirror, which are going to reflect back the light, or there are more mirrors that you can see around? Of course, there are more mirrors which we see around, that may be of a street mirror, the makeup mirror, the glass mirror, the mirror which is used as a rear view mirror. So all these mirrors are going to reflect back the light, but they are not called as the plane surface of mirrors. They are known as spherical mirrors. Okay. So today in this part 2 we are going to learn about various types of spherical mirrors. Alright, so have you seen all these kind of mirrors around you? Of course, you have been seeing all these mirrors around you. So these mirrors are known as concave or convex mirrors. Okay. So there are the mirrors which are known as concave mirrors, which are widely used in certain objects or certain devices such as telescopes, cameras, dental mirrors, headlights, solar concentrators and shaving mirrors, etc., etc. But do you know why we use these concave mirrors? So that we can see the object clearly. We can see the object, big objects, more clearly in a small mirrors. Okay. Or we can concentrate the focus of the object to have a defined image. Okay. So for all this, when we want to look a big object, but that is too far and we are not able to see it, so we make use of telescope, right? So various planets can be seen through telescope. Telescope has the concave mirror with it. Okay. Yes. So now we will going to talk about the convex mirrors. So there are two types of spherical mirrors, the concave one and the convex one. So convex mirrors are being used in the rear view mirrors like this. So these mirrors are being used so that you can have a wider field of image. Okay. You can see the wider view of an object. Okay. So basically, to have a wider view or a wider field of image, we are going to use the convex mirrors. So basically in cars, rear view, slide mirrors in vehicles, security mirrors, street mirrors, or surveillance and monitoring mirrors, or even the optical instruments have this convex mirrors. Okay. So this is going to be the image which shows that how does this spherical mirrors work. So basically in the part 1 section, we already have learnt about the plane surface of a mirror when we talk about a plane reflecting surface such as the mirror. Okay, like this. We have seen this is a plane surface of a mirror and this is the polished area of the mirror, plane mirror. Okay, this is the plane mirror. So when we talk about the spherical mirrors, so spherical mirrors are actually the part of a sphere. So we already know sphere look like this. So half a part of the sphere look like convex mirror. This C structure is a convex mirror and this inverted C is the concave mirror. Okay. So this is a convex mirror and this is the concave mirror. So in convex mirror, reflecting surface is curved outward. So basically this is the polished surface from where reflecting is not going to happen. Actually, the reflecting is going to happen at the back side of the convex mirror. So reflecting surface is outward. Okay, always remember that. And here, as you can see in the concave mirror, the reflecting surface is inner side, like a spoon. Okay, here like a bowl. Okay, So this is the concave and convex mirror. you need to learn these images that it looks like this. So basically, reflecting of light is going to make us see the focal point or the focus point where the image is going to be formed. Okay. So in the concave mirror, as you can see, this is a polished surface, okay, outward, and inward the reflection is going to happen. So this one is the incident ray, which are coming from the infinity or coming from a point of object. So these incident rays are coming to the mirror, and then the reflecting back, the angle of reflection is being formed. So the point at which the incident ray and the reflected ray are converging or meeting or intersecting, that point is known as focus point. Okay. And here in the convex mirror, you can't see any focus point, but there is a focus point when we make some imaginary lines. Okay. By the reflecting surface, then they are going to intersect at some point behind the mirror. So that focus point, that forms a focus point. Okay. So there are various characteristics of the image formed by the spherical mirrors. Similarly, we have learnt about the characteristics of the plane mirror, where we have seen that they form the enlarged view of the images happening, upright images, they are laterally inverted images being formed in the plane mirror. Likewise, here also we are going to learn certain characteristics of the mirrors formed by the spherical mirrors. So let's see what are the characteristics. So see, curved inward like the inside of a spoon, curved outward like the back of a spoon. So characteristics can be larger or smaller than the object, the image form, always smaller than the object, because this in the convex mirror, actually the image is being formed is behind the mirror. Image formed behind the mirror. Okay. And here the image is real, front of the mirror. Okay. So in scientific term, we call it as real, and here we call it as virtual. Okay. Or it magnify. And convex one may have the wider picture of the object. Okay. Wider field you get. Okay. Apart from this, we have when we come back to the ray model of light, we have covered the reflection. Reflection is done by the plane mirror, which is plane mirror, also by the spherical mirrors like concave and convex mirrors. Okay, so when we talk about absorption, it is done by the sunglasses or the shades, which are going to absorb the heat, and it is going to reduce the effect of heat. Okay, that is why certain shades are made of certain polarized glasses, okay, which helps in absorbing the heat energy. Then transmission we have learnt about when light passes through the transparent material like glasses or water. Now for this we are going to learn this one. Now this topic we are going to cover the transmission of light. Okay, so there are different optic devices which perform the reflection, which perform the absorption, and now there is third more optic device which is going to perform the transmission. If you remember, we have learned in class 6 the pinhole camera. Okay, so we have learned that there was a box. We have taken the box and we have make a hole in it, and we let the light pass through the hole, and then when we peek through the hole, we can see the image form of an object, right? So the characteristics of the image formed by the pinhole camera was little blurry, right? We are not able to see the image, and the image was also small, inverted also. So inverted you can see like this. It's not upright, it's ulta, okay, inverted. So can you guess if you want to change or modify this pinhole camera, what we can do? You can see the problem here is the light is not focusing. When it is going inside the hole, it is not being focused, right? So to rectify this mistake or to make the light rays to be more focused, what we need? Yes, we need lens. Okay, so nowadays cameras have the lens which helps in focusing the object more clearly to get the real and clear image. So we can say apart from the mirrors, spherical mirrors, there are also lenses are also there. Okay, so there are two types of lenses, concave lens and convex lens, as you can see here. So yes, basically the application of lenses are here only when we use certain optical instrument like our spectacles or lenses, we talk about lens. Okay. So here on we are going to further see how does these lenses work, where does this focal point occurs, how does the incident rays comes, what is the principal axis, center of curvature, all this we are going to learn in this lenses one. Okay, so see, this is basically the convex lens and this is the concave lens where you can see the double the inverted C's, right? These are the concave lens and this is the convex lens. Now these concave and convex lenses have this is considered as a principal axis, okay, which goes like straight. Then we have the center, okay, optical center, so it is symbolizes as O, okay, or basically when we used to perform certain ray diagrams we call it as P also, or the pole, okay. So now when we come here, here is the focus point and here is the center of curvature, okay. So basically these are the terms which we need when we perform certain ray diagrams. But right now in your NCERT of class 7 there are no ray diagrams for the lenses. There is only one ray diagram which depicts the law of reflection, which we have already studied in part 1 section, okay. So similarly in this concave lens also there is the pole, focus and curvature, but we are not learning that. We are going to learn in the higher standards, okay. Right now just see how does these lenses looks like and how does the incident rays goes. So here you can see the major difference in the convex lens and the concave lens is that because they are pole apart different from the spherical mirrors, okay. So convex lens, here you can see converging the light. You can see it is forming, it is intersecting, right, converging at a point, okay. But in the concave lens, as you can see, they are diverging. So this is the major difference you can see. But in the concave mirror, if we talk about the spherical mirrors, concave mirror used to converge the light and convex mirror is used to diverge the light, okay. So it's like vice versa. Now there are the characteristics of the images formed by the concave lens. Their application is there. So in concave lens, upright, inverted in convex lens, okay. So these are the always smaller than the object, can be larger or smaller, always formed on the same side as the object, real glasses. See, there are certain diseases, or you can say there are some diseases, okay. So there are some disabilities in our eyes when we need some spectacles with us. So there are patients which are having their eyesight weak when they see the far objects. They are not able to see far objects, but they can see clearly the near objects. So when the patient or the person is not able to see the far objects, certain disability is known as myopia, okay. So in myopia people use concave lens in their specs, okay, to correct their sight, okay. And if we talk about hypermetropia or hypermyopia or hyperopia, so in these type of disability, patients is not able to, or the person is not able to see the near images, or their near sights is weak. They are able to see the far objects very clearly, but they are not able to see their near objects. In certain situations, they make use of convex lenses in their specs. Okay, so myopia, nearsightedness, which needs what? Concave lens. And if we talk about hypermetropia, farsightedness, to correct this, we need what? Convex lens. Okay, so lenses are the cure, or they are being used in our spectacles. Okay. Further, there are no ray diagrams for concave or convex lens, but there are some ray diagrams when we are going to study them in the higher standards. Okay, right now you just need to know the characteristics of the images formed by each of the mirrors, whether it is a plane mirror, spherical mirrors, and the lenses. How does it look like? Law of reflection is important from this chapter. Now, apart from these spherical mirrors, the lenses and all, there is one more portion which you are going to study is about a rainbow. Have you ever wondered how does a rainbow form? So, we already know that when it rains, the rainbow comes out, right? But actually, when it rains and also there is a presence of sunlight, when both of these, sunlight and the rain is there, the rainbow comes out. But how does the rainbow forms? We are going to see that. So what happens if sunlight allowed to pass through a glass prism? I hope you have seen the glass prism or also the Natraj scale, the ruler with you, right? When you keep the ruler in front of the white bulb or white CFL, what you're going to see, they are forming certain spectrum or the layers of colors of light coming out, right? You can see in the ruler. So prism, have you seen the prism? Prism look like this glass structure. It's a triangular structure. You can see it in the picture. So what happens, when the light is being fall on this prism, it shows the spectrum of light. Okay. Similar things happen with the rainbow also. What happens when it is raining and the sunlight is also appearing at the same time? So what happens when the drops falls? Raindrops, imagine there is a sun, okay? There is a sun and the sunlight is being falling. Now there are rainfall is also being fall down, okay? So one each drop of the rain is going to penetrate the rays of light within it, okay? So sunlight की जो light है वो हर एक बूंद से होके जाएगी, okay? So that raindrop will act as a prism, small prism, okay? So what happens when the light rays just penetrate inside or transmit inside the raindrop? So actually we are learning about transmission here. Lenses are also work in the same way. Lenses which we are using in our specs are also doing what? They are actually bending the light so that we can focus the object more clearly and the image can be formed more clearly at our head. Okay, in our eyes, right? Similarly, when the transmission of sunlight happens inside the drops act like prism, okay? So what it will do? It will, see, this is a reflected this is the light which is coming from the sunlight. Now this light is bending down, you can see bending down. This bending down of a light is known as transmission of light, okay? So transmission or you can say it's refraction. It's not reflection, it's refraction, bending of light. So when it bend down, it changes into certain spectrum of light, and again when the light ray is coming outside the prism, see there is little bending of the rays, right? So they form certain wavelength of colors, okay? There is a band of colors, or you can say they form the spectrum or the layers of colors of light. Many colorful lights will come out, which you can see in the rainbow itself, okay? So it will form the rainbow in this form. So there is a question. So every raindrop will form the rainbow? Yes, every raindrop. Each raindrop will give out certain colors. Each drop will give certain colors. If imagine one raindrop is giving orange color, indigo color, certain colors mixing up and they form the rainbow. So every raindrop giving out one color at a time, okay? And many drops when come together, they form the rainbow. So rainbow form in the presence of sunlight and the raindrops itself, okay? So when the rain is about almost in the merge of complete, or it is going to be stopped when the sun appears in the sky and there is rainfall is also happening. So each drop will form the spectrum, okay? All right. Or give out the color of one color at a time, okay? In the rainbow, refraction happen when the sunlight bend when it comes inside the raindrop. Then again in the raindrop, after the light bends inside the raindrop, it gets reflected and back to the raindrop. This means the light bounces off inside the surface of raindrop. So reflection is happening inside the raindrop, and then again refraction will happen when it again bend down when it is going to come outside the raindrop to give the colors. Okay, so each separate color is being formed from the each single raindrop, which when accumulate form the rainbow. Okay, so all the three processes, refraction, reflection and transmission, is happening in the rainbow. Okay, so this spectrum of white light, since we are calling white light to the sun's light. Okay, so it can be seen in the following ways: either in the rainbow, soap bubble, surface of a city, or prism. By the concave mirror is always virtual, upright and diminished, not the clear images formed by the concave mirror. So virtual, upright and diminished. A ray of light strikes a plane mirror at an angle of 30 degree. The angle of reflection is also 30 degree. So laws of reflection number 2 states that angle of incidence is always equals to angle of reflection. So when angle of incidence is 30 degree, so reflection is also 30 degree. Okay. So all these questions are here. The solutions are given to you. Any doubts regarding this chapter, please comment down below. I'm going to meet you in the next video series. Keep on learning and keep on revising. Bye bye.